We've got Chris with us. Chris, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody watching us live?
Hey everybody in LinkedIn land. My name is Chris Cendaña. I'm a business development executive here for Advantage, and glad to be here. Thanks, Joe.
Great. Yes, Chris Cendaña is here with us. He does business development here at Advantage Technology. Lives in Huntington, West Virginia, and kind of develops around the Charleston Huntington corridor. Hey, Chris. Now you just started here relatively recently, didn't you? Tell us a little bit about how you came to work at Advantage Technology and what you do here on a daily basis.
Yeah, sure. I started working here right at the beginning of November. Actually, Halloween was my first day. So I didn't come in dressed up like I wanted to. I wanted to dress up like Marshmallow. That way, nobody would know who I was. But I I actually was looking online. I was looking at LinkedIn, looking at possible sales opportunities. Prior to this, I was working at a software company doing project management, and I needed some more flexibility. And so I figured sales would be a good place to be. Luckily, Advantage took the opportunity and gave me an opportunity to move forward with that. And I've been here for the last couple months, just loving it. It's been great. Talking about technology with all of our clients, really best practices, strategy, what products we have, what services we have. And it's something that is, I'm a geek in the core, basically, down to the core. And so talking about technology to people and what they should be doing, especially from a security standpoint, is something I'm comfortable with and love evangelizing. So basically, that's what I've been doing over the last couple months. We've been doing a lot of physical surveillance, solutions. I've been talking about cloud. I've been talking about security. I've been talking mainly, in the Charleston Huntington area. There's a lot of small businesses, and there's kind of that need to update infrastructure, update technology. So there's a lot of opportunity here. So
Now
yeah.
you're not new to IT, are you?
No, I am not. I've been in IT for 17, 18 years now. I've been a field tech, a field engineer. I've been, in management. I've been in operations management for small, really big companies. At the height of my management career, I was a IT director, and I held that position for 5 years, and then been mainly uh, yeah doing that for the last 17, 18 years. So yeah,
So now
um,
you did some project management previously, is that right?
that is correct. Yes, and actually, project management was kind of the basis of what I've been doing in IT.
What
Um,
would you say is the most important thing that people need to understand about project management when it comes to IT?
Man, well, let's see. I think the most important thing about project management is communication. I think communication is the uh, you know place where projects can be successful. They can also fail. Collaboration is huge. So really understanding the requirements that you need to implement any type of project, any type of solution is very important. Making sure that you have that up front and clear, you know, making sure that your end users understand what, the expectations are, what they're going to be getting, what they need to make it happen, what the changes are going to be. That's the big thing. So yeah, communication I think would be the biggest part of project management. That's I'd say the most important part.
What kind of challenges do you see in the kind of the modern landscape with communication when it comes to IT projects?
Um, I think we're in a state right now where there's disparate technology, or not even technology, just really disparate places for data. Some people haven't really embraced. I mean, I'd say largely a lot of us have, but you'd be shocked to see how many people haven't embraced the collaborative model of something like, say, M365 or something like like Jira, where you can go to a single place and see all of your documents in one place, understand where the process is, understand you know all of the data that you need in one place. We're so used to having our own spreadsheets, so used to having our own Word documents, and kind of throwing that into the mix. The problem with that is that nobody knows what version we're on. Nobody knows what piece of paper we're going to be working on. So, and I heard this from I think it was PMO Joe. I'm gonna give him a shout out on LinkedIn. Um, he said, "There's nothing more." Oh no, it wasn't PMO Joe. Sorry, let's. It was Tim Creasy. I'm sorry. He said, "There's nothing more powerful than two people on the same page." And he's the CEO of or yeah he works for ProSci. Anyway, I'm a big fan of Tim. Um, but I that brings to mind, like, where we are today. We really do need to be more collaborative. We need to understand where all of our data is. We need to understand there is a single place to keep things, and keeps us more organized, keeps us more efficient. And yeah, I think that's probably one of the biggest hangups that we have.
Yeah, I think I've noticed really technology, because the agile method was developed for technology and for technology companies, that kind of engineers develop for the systems that they want and they need. So
Right.
I found that solutions like Teams, Microsoft 365, stuff like that works really well with technology minded people. But
Mhm.
I do see the challenges with people that are used to having their systems, their old ways. They've used the same system for 20 years, and
Mhm.
they're not interested in moving forward in new systems. What would you, for somebody like that, for this take the I've got my spreadsheet and it's in my documents folder, and if somebody wants to look at it, I'll email it to them. What are two or three reasons that you would give them for maybe wanting to look into updating their processes and looking into some of the newer features that are available? Why is it worth learning all this new stuff?
So, for people that are kind of like stuck in, their processes, the biggest thing is they're afraid of change. They're afraid of, something completely different, understanding like, oh, well, I have to move into a different process. Nobody likes doing that. And so to massage that, M365 has actually done a really good job in, integrating that into Windows systems where you can, see your shortcuts on a file folder view. And you can have OneDrive right there. You can say, okay, instead of this folder, we're going to put it in this folder, which is shared with a whole bunch of other people. And then this document is auto saved. You don't have to worry about your Control S or any type of saving mechanism that you have. It is automatically saved. You can force a save if you want to, but know that any change that you're making is in there. It is tracked, and you can go back if you don't have to, or if you can go back if you need to. I mean, um, it makes it so that if you wanted to collaborate more, people could kind of see those changes real time. And yeah, that would be the first step, is like, just kind of showing them the process, getting them used to it, seeing like, hey, while we're in this document, you see this other box that's moving around. That's me. You know, you can see exactly where I am. You can see, the items that I'm changing. It actually gives you a little bit more control over your data and how you're organizing things.
Yeah, and I also find that once people begin to experiment with some of the collaborative tools, being able to, because I've always found the biggest hang up for me, the biggest headache is email, because everybody's just so used to it. It's become such a lowest common denominator that the first thing everybody does is email, and
Mhm.
they'll attach a document, and then four or five people start working on it, and it doesn't take very long before nobody knows where anybody's at. And
That's
that's
right.
pretty well alleviated with Microsoft 365, using Teams, and off and OneDrive, things like that, right?
Yes, absolutely. And the thing I love about Teams is that you can start a conversation and see it top to bottom really in one, like just in one window. Whereas in emails, you have to kind of filter through, and that's, through headers, through different signatures, and you're kind of like, oh, there's so much to read. Whereas in Teams, you see it all real time, you see it all in one page. You're able to tie documents in. You can have meetings right there. So it really has made things more streamlined in the collaboration space.
Well, great. Well, Chris, that gets us up against our time here today. I really appreciate you coming on here, and we're going to have to do this again sometime soon and go a little bit more in depth in some of the projects you're working on, some of the things that you've been doing. I know you've been involved in a lot of different companies, and I'm sure there's lots of people that you could talk about, with your new experience with Advantage Technology. I know the IT stuff isn't all new to you, but working for the biggest IT company in West Virginia has probably been a lot of fun, hasn't it?
It really has. And man, I appreciate you having me on. I'd love to do it again. So thank you again.
Absolutely. All right, so that's it for today, guys. I hope that you tune in tomorrow. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Let everybody know. If you know Chris, make sure give him a thumbs up. Say, hey, I saw you on Quick Bites Live. Until tomorrow, guys, you take care, and I'll see you then.